Hey, Guion here. I've been doing a lot of studying. I've been putting together a new magical system. It's really kind of something that I've been working on for a while, and I've been writing it down. I wanna share it in this video, and then hopefully I'll do it with my partners and bring other people on to see what they think. This is basically the core of it here. I don't know if anybody wants to pause it. It's really not going to make that much sense. I got this here. I'm calling this new system probably with my West Coast or LA moniker, LA necromancers, or LA chaosmancers. I like chaosmancy instead of necromancy so much because necromancy is kind of to do with the dead. This is more to do with the live, but it does have aspects of the dead, like everything does. I mean, the only thing that makes reality is death. That's a famous quote by I don't know who, but you could look it up. Anyway, so 8 traumas, which people would pick out their traumas at random. I mean, birth is a trauma, childhood, teenage, somebody would maybe just have 4 if they're very young. But still, so turning those traumas into powers, into what your particular chaos magic power, or you want to call it witch power, you want to call it whatever, sorcery power, you want to call it anything. You turn your traumas into powers. You heal your traumas by learning what you had to learn through that. Because we're here to reach limitations, to breach limitations, to come out and experience what it's like just to be in this body. Because when we're going to be outside of this body after we shed this mortal coil. So I was thinking 23 lessons, but I think 32 lessons. So lessons to build on these 8 traumas and 8 powers, each little subsection. I haven't put them together yet. And really, I think this is more of a system of therapy and less of a book I'm putting out saying this is what you do. I mean, I'll use my motivational interviewing skills that I've mixed with Magick to actually get the powers. If somebody trusts me or anybody else enough, I'm looking at this more of a therapeutic method, spiritual therapeutic method. This also has a lot to do with quantum immortality, which I'll go into right now. I've been researching a lot on. I mean, I've been into physics since I was a kid. I've always considered physics and magic or high magic or reaching the spiritual zenith or the unknown. I've always thought that physics, especially quantum mechanics, well, it's the whole thing, but quantum mechanics, especially because it's so hard for us to understand it, is like, the answer, basically, if we could get our heads wrapped around it. So anyway, quantum immortality, and I'll do a shorter video about this to try to put it in a nutshell. Quantum immortality, basically, they've had some shows on it before and things like that, is basically saying when we die, we shouldn't fear it. So in that timeline, so to make it, I don't know if we could follow in here. My chalkboard was kind of messed up, and this is kind of backwards. So we have these time waves of possibility. All these things possibly could happen. This middle thing, and this is the trinity, my trinity that I'm building for this, waves of possibility. Almost anything could happen in quantum. The quanta, this is the quanta. The quanta is reaching here. When we're not looking at it, it continues to look like waves. And people are familiar with this experiment. When we are looking at it, like a human actually has his eye on it, his or her eye on that, or a camera, which I consider humans are cameras, recording devices. When we die, we go and we report all this stuff and we go. So anyway, that this person watching a camera or any kind of technology device that we have hooked up here, that actually collapses the waves into our reality. So we create reality. I believe it's called like biogenesis. So when we see, we see the sun, we're creating the sun. The sun created us through radiation, so it could see itself essentially. This is intuition, So this is the trinity I'm building for this quantum mechanics, high magic, whatever you want to call it. Quantum immortality, one of the techniques that I think would really help a lot of people. It's helped me make peace with being fear of death and tragedy and stuff. Is understand we are here to die. We are here to do tragic things and to have tragic things done to us. Unfortunately, that's just one of the things, it's a mystery. It's another video to why that is. I would argue it's to become something of a more spiritual being, more of a human, more than human, a superhuman, a demigod, a god, These are all just labels. Angels, demons, gods. It's just all labors, labels. We're trying to get our head around the labors of figuring out what spirits are. And we're spirits. And we're in these bodies. So what happens after we die? Whatever, if you could meditate yourself, get your soul, your energy ready. When you die, you decide and that's samsara, which it's the samsara, the wheel of life. If you're familiar with Buddhism at all, the wheel of life. So say if I died tomorrow, I'd be 55 years old. I have enough power and energy, and I've worked enough to become a wizard and everything. And I probably maybe everybody has, maybe there's no work to be done. I don't know, but I want to work on meditating and getting things done so I can. So I progressed enough to become a human who could actually say, okay, I died at 55. That was a pretty good life. Let me go back, try to get fragments, not messing it up too much, because I don't want to be like, I'm like some kind of weird, 9-year-old, but let me go back to 9 years old and try to understand subtly what are the things that I went wrong. What were the mistakes? Maybe at this age, at 7 years old, maybe 6 years old, maybe something could have been done a bit different, and like people wouldn't have died in front of me when I was a kid, and I wouldn't have went in this darker necromancy path and been weird all my life. Maybe, but I don't think so. But anyway, this life is meant to be, you could go back and replay the life. It's quantum immortality. Eventually your soul just goes into autopilot. I don't think that's my personal belief. I don't believe that you have to do anything. Your soul, your ego will just say, oh, you've died at 80. That was a pretty good life. Now go back to 19 and try it again. Now go back to, so you just, there's also, some series of shows on that they've made about this. I believe one was called Russian Doll, like the Russian nesting dolls. You just shed the skin, you go back into the skin. And that's just one life, and you could be reincarnated into multiple lives and keep doing that. And that's samsara. That adds a whole nother level. So, and not just lives on this planet, but like there's life in other planets that we have no idea of, that's my question of what happens after you die and the project I'm working on. I hope to be doing, working with other people in my community here in Los Angeles and Orange County, seeing how this goes, and reaching out to my network of occult and magic people, like my partner Alfredo, which I want to shout out to him. Happy birthday. He just turned 40. And I turned 40 in 2010. Doesn't seem like it's that long ago, but it hits fast. Or 2009. Anyway, so thanks for watching my video, and more to come on this. I'm gonna turn this into a course. I don't care if I make money on it or not. I want to enlighten people. I want people to have a peace of mind that they're in samsara. It's good news is you don't die, you don't suffer, you don't go to hell. But bad news is hell can be here. The bad news is there's whole cultures that, the whole Eastern culture basically doesn't want to keep doing this, doesn't want to keep reincarnating and going back into samsara. They want to escape that, and we're thinking that's the worst thing in the West. A lot of us are. So, enough of this video. More to come. I'm really excited and pumped up about this program I'm producing. Hopefully I could do this as a job someday and not have to do my little odd jobs and stuff. And best dollars to everybody. Thanks so much for staying to the end of the video.